Hello, we're going to begin another circuit now. So we're going to pick up some weights and we're going to come into outward bicep curls. So we're here in a regular bicep curl position. We're going to turn our arms slightly out and bring it up and then down. Always maintaining control with these. So unlike a regular bicep curl, these are just going to work a different set of muscles within the bicep. So you want to hit the bicep muscle from all angles. Same as with the tricep, chest muscle. They're very large muscles. When you hit them from different angles, you increase the development of the muscle. So these are twisting out a little bit. How far you come out to the side is going to depend on your flexibility and range of motion. Some people are going to be able to come way out here and come up here. Sometimes you're only going to be able to come here. So it needs to be comfortable, but with that external rotation of your arms, you're going to be hitting a little bit different areas in the bicep muscle. So it gives us a little bit of a variation. You always, whenever you're doing any exercise, you want to make sure that your knees are not locked. There's a little bit of a bend, a little bit of a give. You also want to make sure that you have a neutral spine. You never want to be rounded over, or you never want to push upwards. If you're having to use momentum when you bring the weight up, or you find that the weights are dropping down, you need to lighten the load. 3, 2, and then last one here. So we're going to go into what is called a goblet squat. This is where you can go a little bit heavier. So if you do have that gallon of water or something heavy to pick up, or one heavy weight, that'd be good. I'm going to show you what it looks like with 2 weights. You're going to cross the weights over and hold them right here at about chest level. You're going to come into a wide squat stance, and you're going to come down holding the weights right here parallel. And then you're going to come up. Now, couple of key tips here. With a goblet squat, you can come down a little bit further. As you come up, you want to be squeezing the glutes. Incorporate that pelvic tilt at the top of the squat while you're contracting those glutes. So we come down here, then we're lifting from the pelvic floor to come up. Come down. The weight is driving into your heel. The knee remains over the ankle. You want to keep a constant contraction in your glute muscles. These are the muscles that we're working here. So when you come down, you're going to be lifting from the pelvic floor instead of using your back to bring you up. By having the weight in a different position, instead of here, you're able to come down deeper into that squat, which is what we're looking for. So this is a variation of a squat. It allows for greater range of motion, greater contraction in those glutes, lifting from the pelvic floor and contracting at the top. Come up here, we'll go 5 more here. 5, 4, 3, 2, remember to squeeze at the top, and last one here. You don't want to rush these. You want these to be slow and controlled. So we're going to adjust our stance. We'll come back into the outward bicep curls. So we'll start here, and we'll rotate outward and bring it up. Slow and controlled. And again, I'm demonstrating with 5-pound dumbbells. You can use 2 sets of different weights. I typically suggest having a light to a medium weight and then a medium to heavy weight. If you have the availability to do that, that's great. If not, there's filled water bottles, a gallon of water for something heavier, All of that's going to work to provide a little bit of resistance. Minimal equipment. Whenever I'm training my clients, I don't like to introduce a lot of equipment because they need to be able to continue these workouts at home. And even in my classes, if somebody wants to recreate the movements and the workouts at home, they can do that with just things that they have around the house. 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one here. We're going to go into the goblet squat. So we're going to take a wide stance here. We're holding the weights right at about our chest. And if you have one weight, it's going to look like this. With 2 weights, to make it a little heavier, you'll cross them and then hold them here at the chest. When we come down into that squat, lift from the pelvic floor to bring you up and squeeze at the top. So if I have a client who they know that for the long term, they're going to be working out in the gym, I will train them in the gym on gym equipment. But my regular in-home clients that are in my group classes, I will train them using things that they can have at home because not everyone's going to have the big weight equipment. So I do prefer to use minimal equipment when I'm training people who I know want to transfer the workouts to the home or they're already in their home. There are some clients who want to do gym specific workouts, and obviously I show them how to do that, but most of my clients want workouts that they can take home with them, and that's why I created this series, is so that these workouts can be done at home, at your convenience. Take it on vacation. You can take these into the gym, into the free weight area. 3, squeeze at the top. 2, come down, squeeze, and last one here. Grab some water if you need to. We're coming into another wide squat, this time with an upright row. So our stance is wide, and we're just incorporating a few more of those squats. So we're going to come down here with our weights. As we come up, we lift up to the bottom of the collarbone. Come down here. Remember to squeeze at the top. Lift from the pelvic floor. Squeeze, and then bring in your upright row. Come down, squeeze, row. So here we are incorporating the upper and the lower body. It's going to get the heart rate up. If you're using a lighter weight, this is where your tempo can speed up. You're still squeezing at the top. Take it for 3, 2, and last one here. So we'll set the weights aside. We'll start our cardio section. So we're here and we're going to incorporate more squats. Again, during the cardio section, if you want to run up and down the hallway, that's fine. We're just 3 to 5 minutes. Your heart rate needs to be at a level 7 on a scale from 1 to 10. So we'll come into the squats. You can either tap out to the side here, or you can take it into a side kick, whatever you're most comfortable with. Again, this is just about getting your heart rate up. So we want our movements to be relatively quick here. If you are working here and your heart rate is not high enough, several things that you can do is to come into that squat a little bit deeper. That will raise your heart rate. Another thing, incorporate your arms a little bit more here. That will raise your heart rate too. The more muscles that you're using in an exercise, the higher your heart rate will go. So we're here, either squat tap out to the side or incorporate a squat and a kick. Some of my clients will add a little bit of a bounce to increase that heart rate. Primarily during the cardio section, I'm showing you a lot of modifications and variations. To you, during your cardio, you need to be working hard. My heart rate's going up, which you can tell. Keep the core pulled in tight. You want to make sure that you're working hard through this. This is where you're going to get your calorie burn at. With cardio, you're burning more calories while you're doing the workout. With strength, you're burning calories mainly after the workout because you're building lean muscle mass. Okay, from here, we'll take it into ice skaters. So, we're just gonna come out to the side here, come out to the side here. Skating back and forth. So, I'm doing these relatively slowly, but you at home, you need to kick it up because you want your heart rate, again, at that level 7. If it's not there, you make the movements faster. You go deeper here. You use your arms more. When you're only doing cardio for 3 to 5 minutes, you want that heart rate up and you want to keep it up for that length of time. So if you're at home and you're just kind of going side to side here, you really need to amp it up. High intensity interval training. That means when you're going to get your heart rate up, it needs to go up. I'm at about a moderate here because I'm doing these exercises and making sure that I'm giving y'all as much information as possible. Okay, we're almost done with these. And again, I'm working in a very small space here. So even though you're in a small space, you can still get that heart rate up. Okay, we'll come back into the squat kicks. Grab some water if you need some. So, squat, and either a tap or a kick. We're coming back into that cardio round. You're incorporating the arms. If you need to get your heart rate up more, you're going to go deeper into that squat. Possibly add a little bit of a jump here. Definitely add a kick. If you're ever not comfortable with these movements, you can always jog or march in place. There's always options here. And again, if you need to get that heart rate up, then you're going to move deeper into your squat or add that jump. We're almost in here. Let's count it down for 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one here. We'll move back into the ice skaters. So we're just going side to side. It may take a few reps for your body to kind of get into the motion here. Move as fast as you need to get your heart rate up. The thing about high intensity interval training is when you are in a section of your workout where you need your heart rate to go up, you need it to go up pretty quick because you're not in that intensity for very long. Here it's just 3 to 5 minutes, so you want to drive the heart rate up as fast as possible. That's another reason why we combine the upper and the lower body strength, is because at that point, that's when we're getting the heart rate up, ready to go into cardio, so that you're already there in your heart rate and the cardio just intensifies it. So we're here in those ice skaters. If you're a beginner here, you want to take the cardio real slow, modified. Don't be afraid to get your heart rate up. Maintain control over it and bring it back down with the modifications necessary. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one here. Grab some water, we'll do some standing abs, and then we'll go down to the floor. Okay, so this is a standing crunch. You want your feet to be about hip width apart, and first you're going to utilize the pelvic tilt here. Draw the belly button into the spine. Make that contraction. Then what you want to do is bring the lower body and the upper body together. So you're stabilizing on one side, and then you just bring the knee up and the upper body down. Bring the knee up and the upper body down to the knee, and we're going to alternate. This incorporates balance, helps train the stability muscles. And since your heart rate is up, you're going to be even more unstable. So what I always tell my clients, when you're unstable and you're trying to stabilize yourself, that's when those smaller muscles, the core muscles, the smaller muscles around your hip flexors, those are the times when your body's going to train those muscles to stabilize. These are the intercostal muscles. The small muscles that you can't target with regular squats or deadlifts or chest presses or crunches. These are the muscles that stabilize and balance the body. So, and you can't train those muscles without getting your body out of balance. So you're going to wobble here. We'll go 3, 2, squeeze, 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 and last one. So we'll drop down to the floor. We're going to do an upper and lower ab combo. So we come on back. We're going to anchor the lower back into the floor. Bring your legs up. If your legs are straight, fine. Knees bent, fine too. We're going to start off rocking back and forth. So if you're here, and this is pretty comfortable, you're going to utilize your hips and bring those up off the ground. So we're here, bring your hips up. Here, bring those hips up. But when you bring your hips up, you want to concentrate on that lower ab. Those muscles are contracting right here, and then you pulse up and then come down. You're up here, you're gonna use this lower abs, pulse up and come down. So now we're gonna take the upper body. That grapefruit is right here between our chin and our chest. We're staring at the ceiling. And as soon as we make that pulse, we come up. If you're not taking the pulse, as soon as you get to the top of the movement, you're gonna bring your upper body up towards the ceiling. So here's it with the hip raise. And this is without the raise. You can tell that that raise is only an inch or two off the ground. Three, two, and the last one here. And to just hit the obliques real quick, we're gonna take our hand and touch the right heel and the left heel. Right, left. If you need support in your back, your neck, hold here, your grapefruit is here, and you're just gonna touch side to side. We're just gonna get a little bit of the obliques in. And from here, you're gonna take it to the left and hold. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take it to the right and hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it down. And we're at the end of another circuit. So whether this is your first one or your last one, I hope you have a great day. Thanks for joining me.